welcome to step 4 of the GPA calculator worksheet. I'm going to show you and explain to you how to enter in these equations so your spreadsheet will actually function. It's going to be pretty important that you follow these steps very closely and specifically. Thus, when I say pause the video and complete the steps that I just described and showed to you, you in fact pause the video, complete the steps that I described and showed you in the video. All right, we got to start telling Spreadsheet what to calculate for us. So we've got our scores here for our freshman year, trimester 1, quarter 1, whatever it was for you. We need to tell Spreadsheet, tell Excel that we are going to average out these scores. All right, so we literally just click the cell and drag down. When we're clicking the cell and dragging down, it's pretty important that we don't click this little green box in the lower right-hand corner, because then we're telling Spreadsheet to format the cell, all the cells that we highlight, the same as, in this particular case, cell B2. So we click in the middle of the cell and we drag down, highlighting all of our grades from the first trimester. And then we go up to the toolbar, we look for the Greek letter sigma, which is the auto sum function. We click the drop down menu and we click on average. Boom, there we go. GPA was a 3.0 your freshman year, trimester 1. Pause the video and complete that step now. Now obviously we know that our GPA is not just specific to quarters or trimesters or grades, so now we got to start setting up our cumulative GPA. We're going to click cell B9, which is where our trimester or quarter 1 grade point average is, and we're going to drag over to the right all the way to column F9, which is where our cumulative GPA column is. Highlight those 5 cells, go up to the average, go up to the auto sum function drop down menu, select average. There we go. Trimester 1 GPA was 3, cumulative GPA is still 3 because it's the only score entered. Pause the video and complete that step now. Now we need to set up the spreadsheet so it calculates GPAs for each grade as well as, for each trimester as well as for each grade. So we go down to cell F37. All right, F37, I've got that cell selected. I'm going to go up to the equation toolbar here. You can see F37 is right there. And I'm going to type in equal sign. Then I'm going to type in capital letters, the first couple of letters of average. And I'm going to select average. And then I'm going to tell Excel spreadsheet which cells I want to average. So I'm going to type in anything in column F here. So I'm going to say, we could set that to F9 colon, those are the 2 little dots, down to F36, and then another parenthesis. This is the equation you want to enter in for F37, so pause the video and enter that in now. Good. Now you see you have your trimester 1 GPA at 3, your cumulative GPA for your freshman year at 3, and then your overall cumulative GPA is at a 3. Now this should be pretty easy peasy here going forward. For your trimester 2 scores, again, you highlight the numbers you want added together. Go up to the auto sum function, drop down menu, select average, and here we go. Now we can start seeing things be recalculated. Do trimester 3 as well. Boom. Go ahead, pause the video, enter in the equations for trimester 2 and trimester 3. Now we get into a tricky spot because we have nothing for quarter 4 because no one has a quarter 4. If I were to go and highlight these blank cells and tell Excel to average them out, these numbers pop up, and that's because you told Spreadsheet to average something here. There's nothing there to average, so then it automatically assumes that it wants to average these numbers to the left, which isn't going to work. So I'm going to click out of this cell and I'm going to undo that. What we need to do here for quarter 4, and this is what's going to need to be done for all of the other quarters or trimesters for our underclassmen who have blank spaces in junior year, senior year, the rest of your sophomore year. Here's what you're going to do.
Lily Carrier, please come to the main office. Lily Carrier to the main office, please. Thank you.
you're going to click on cell E9, all right? You're going to go up to the equation bar, and you're going to click in equals, and then you're going to type in if. You're going to select if error. And then once that parenthesis comes up, you're going to type in average, and then you see average pop up. And now we're going to tell it what to average. So we're going to go with, that is cell E2 colon down to E8. We're going to put a parenthesis in there, and we're going to click comma, and we're going to click the quotation mark twice before putting up another parenthesis. Now, how this will work is, when it comes time to doing those grades, when you get there in the year, it will automatically calculate your future GPA for that quarter. So let me close back out of this. I'm going to go back down to cell E9. This is the equation right here that you need to type into cell E9. Pause the video and do that. Glorious. Now we can rip through here pretty quickly. We got to figure out our GPAs for trimester 1, so we highlight the cells, then we click average, and then we go into trimester 2, highlight the scores, auto sum, click average. Trimester 3, highlight the scores, auto sum average, boom, 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 boom. Look at that. Pause the video, complete those steps now. We got to do our GPA for all of our sophomore year, so we highlight the row B18 to F18, go up to auto sum, click average, glorious. And again, like we pointed out here with quarter 4 of our freshman year, we're going to have the same problem here with our sophomore year. So all we need to do is highlight those 7 spaces, technically 8 spaces, hit Command C. We go into quarter 4 of our sophomore year in cell E11, Command V, and everything is set. And if we click on the GPA for quarter 4, you're going to see the exact same equation, but the letters are going to change. If you're a sophomore or if you're a freshman, you got blank spaces here, you know what you need to copy and paste into each one of these columns before you add in your GPA equation. Go ahead and pause the video and complete that step if you need to. All right, let's keep moving on here. So we'll go to our junior year. We highlight those scores up to auto sum, drop down menu, average, boom. Do the same thing for trimester 2 and 3, boom, and boom, auto sum, average, there we go. And for quarter 4, we'll highlight all of the spaces, including the GPA cell, copy and paste. Go ahead and complete those steps now. Let's calculate our cumulative GPA for our junior year. So we highlight all of the averaged out scores from B27 over to F27 up to the auto sum function, drop down menu average. Here we go. And we can see that our GPA continues to calculate at the bottom. Pause the video and complete that step now. All right, let's do the last year, our senior year. This one's for you, Joe Anderson. Joe Anderson, my guess is you've got some empty spaces in yours because you haven't needed to take 7 classes this year. So we got to go all the way down to the GPA cell. All right, so we're going to have some blank ones in there. Highlight all of them, auto sum average.
Please come to the main office. Lily Carrier to the main office, please.
Auto sum average. We're going to go all the way across here to our cumulative GPA, auto sum average. Pause the video, complete those steps now. And then again, we go through and finish up the rest of the grading periods, highlight the scores, auto sum average, highlight the scores, auto sum average. Oop, I missed a step. Back up, back up. Highlight the scores, auto sum average. There we go. Complete those steps now. And then again, Because we don't have anything for quarter 4 anywhere, we're going to highlight the 8 spaces from our 7 potential courses and the GPA row, copy and paste that into the bottom. So if we were to go through and do scores, eventually that would be there. Undo, 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 undo. All right, this is step 4. That was step 4 for setting up the spreadsheet. Now you've got a functioning GPA calculator. All of the equations should be set when I go in and look at your spreadsheet. I should be able to see where these equations are anywhere in the spreadsheet. Make sure you those equations are in there, because you know I'm going to go in there and look. All right. Any sort of changes that you make to your spreadsheet, you know that everything is going to automatically recalculate for you. Put that to a 4. So, fully functioning. When you're done with this, you can submit unless you have questions. And if you do have questions, obviously raise your hand and let me know. Bum, bum, bum.